Sticky Fishy Fishing.
Yo, what up guys? This is Sticky Fishy Fishing. In this Tackle Talk episode, I'm going to run through the stuff that I use for beach fishing, off the beach, for catching bream and whiting. I'll show you the rod and reel I use, and a couple of rigs that will help you catch some fish. Alright guys, check it out. Alright guys, just going to run through the gear that I use for beach fishing. This time of year in your summer, it's a perfect time to go down the beach and catch your bream and whiting. What I use is a Shimano Power Surf 12-foot 2L, line weight 4 to 7 kilo, and I've got a Shimano Bait Runner DL4000 FA reel on there with 8-pound diawa J-thread nylon line. Anywhere from 8 to 10 pound is perfect. 2,500 size to 4,000 size reel, and rod you can go anywhere from 10 foot to 12 foot, from that 3 to 5 kilo range to 4 to 7. And what I use is these Jarvis Walker swivels, just a black barrel swivel, size 8. Same swivel, but a black snap swivel in a size 8. And the hooks I use for whiting are a mustard long bait holder, size 4. That's one there, it's perfect. And if I'm fishing for bream, I'll use these mustard size 2 bait holder hooks, and that's one there. But any bait holder hook, or even any size 4 long shank, whatever you prefer will do the job. And there's the line that I got tied on my reel, just a 8-pound diawa J-thread nylon. I usually use 8 or 10 pound, but when I spool up my reel, because there's 300 meters on here and I don't fit it all on, there's always plenty left, so I use that to tie my rigs, so I'm not taking line off my reel. That's what I use the rig up with, the 8-pound, but for the sake of this video so you can see it, I'll just use this 30-pound red braid to make the rig. Alright, so what you want to do is get out one of the size 8 swivels, tie that on. I usually just tie it on with a uni knot, but any knot that you prefer to use, just use that knot. Alright, tie that on, trim off the tag. Alright, so we've got the swivel just here, and then I have about 20 centimeters from the swivel. I get it and I make a loop. You can make the loop as long as you want. I usually make the loop about 15 centimeters long. Then once I make the loop, and what I do is just like you tying a uni knot, you just make a loop, just like that. Grab the line, wrap it around. 2, I like to do it 5 times, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 with lighter line. Go 6 times, pull that down, and there you go, you got a dropper. So then you got a swivel going down to a dropper, then from your dropper just have about 30 centimeters a line, so your hooks ain't too close. Then make another loop, loop it over like you're tying a uni knot. Wrap it around 6 times, pull that down, and there you go, you have another dropper. Then off the bottom dropper, just have about another 30 centimeters of line. Chop that off, and then on the bottom, that's where you want to put your snap swivel. So tie your snap swivel on the bottom. It's just the same uni knot. I just use a uni knot to tie everything. Alright, then put your snap swivel on the bottom. So then you got your swivel, bit of line, dropper, another bit, another dropper, and then on the bottom of that bit of line you just have a snap swivel. And these are the sinkers I'll use. I'll either use a size 1 star sinker if there's not much current or sweep along the beach, but if there's a little bit of current and sweep, I'll go up to a size 2 star sinker. And the good thing about having the snap on the bottom, you can just change the size of the sinker whenever you want. Alright, then on your loop, on your dropper loop that you made, just get your hook, get the end of the loop, put it through the eye of the hook, open it up, put your hook back through, just like that, and pull it down tight, and then you have your hook on there, ready to go. And on your next loop, put another long shank on there, put that through, put your hook through, then slide that down, and that's the rig. That's all I use. So then you have your swivel where you tie your main line onto the end of there. So you have your main line come off your reel onto that swivel, a little bit of line, dropper with your hook, bit further down, another dropper with your hook, then a bit further down you have your sinker. And that's what I use for whiting or bream. I use the long shank hooks for whiting, and if I'm bream fishing I'll put the bait holders on, but you can still use that to catch bream all day long. It doesn't really matter. That's probably better to use, so then you can cover both species. But that's the rig I use, but I tie it out of either 8 or 10 pound mono line. Alright, so there's the rig. Swivel, hook, hook, sinker. That's a perfect rig for beach fishing. But another rig you can use, just a normal basic rig that works well. Just say this is your main line coming off the reel. Just get like a size 3 or size 4 bean sinker. That's a size 4. Slide that on your line. Then tie on a swivel. So then you just got your main line with a sinker going down to a swivel, just like that. Alright, then once you got the sinker going down to the swivel, just pull out a little bit of line, saves tying it again, and just have like a 30 centimeter leader. Cut that off. And grab your line, tie it onto the swivel. Just like that. So now you just got a sinker going down to the swivel, 30 centimeters a leader, and then tie your hook onto the bottom of that. Tie your hook on there. Cut that off. Alright, and this is just a basic rig. Everyone should know this rig. Just sinker, swivel, 30 centimeters of trace, and just a hook on the bottom. This rig's perfect when there's not much current on the beach. With the beansing, you can just chuck it out and it'll just sit there, or when there's not as much swell, or you can just cast it out and then just walk along the beach with it as it gets swept down the beach, and you will catch fish like that. So that's just a basic rig, or you could use the rig that I prefer to use, the one I just showed you, the double hook rig. So they're the two rigs for bream and whiting off the beach. That's all you need. And just remember, when you're fishing off the beach, just use 8 or 10 pound mono line. That's all you need. You don't need to go any heavier, and you're ready to go. And what you want to be fishing with is some live beach worm, live nippers, pippis, stuff like that for your whiting or bream. Or if you're just going to fish for bream, you can use strips of mullet, tuna, bonito, fillets of pilchard, all that kind of flesh bait will work good on the bream. Alright guys, hopefully that helps. I'll leave a list of all the stuff that I showed you here in the description below, and I'll leave a list of the baits that you can use to catch the fish, and get out there and catch some. Okay guys, if you like this video and you want to see any more Tackle Talk videos, comment below what you'd like to see, and also hit the like button, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Sticky Fishy Fishing.